Questions for NECA Agumake. We'll start with David Yapkowitz with Next Hoops.
Hey, NECA. You guys got to the line 23 times today, and hit 17. You got there, I think, 4 times yourself. In close games like this, where every point matters, just how important is that to be able to kind of build that rhythm at the line there and draw fouls that way?
It's huge, those are the types of points that, you really earn, especially by being aggressive going to the basket. And we started off early being aggressive. So I'm glad that we were able to get to the line and make shots at the line.
Rashawn Haylock, Spectrum.
Hey, NECA, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Last road trip, you talked about just making a concerted effort to rebound the ball better. You did that tonight as well. What happens to the team when you're doing that, when you're attacking the glass the way you did tonight?
It's huge. Those are extra possessions. We still lost the rebounding count. Is that what it is? Yeah. So
as a team, yes.
Yeah, as a team. But to be able to secure those important possessions is really great. We still have a lot of work though, in terms of really being aggressive and going to the boards. It's a mentality, quite frankly. And I know that we can get better at that, but I'm glad we were able to really value the possessions that we had today.
Thank you.
Chris Camello, Nightcast Media.
Hey, NECA, thanks for taking the time. Nice win tonight. Just talk about being able to build on that momentum from Sunday's big win and carry that out on the road with you, because obviously that has been that's been a tough task for this team this year. So talk about that importance and that you guys are still in it.
Yeah, it's always great to come out and get a road win. Everything is built against you on the road. So for us to be able to really maintain our composure and continue with the momentum of that home win, especially as there's opportunities still available for us to be able to play more than just one more game. Doing that and having that type of perspective is really important, especially right now.
Javi, H&B Media.
Hey, NECA. Can you just speak about Aurella's growth throughout the season? Erica getting in foul trouble today, and Aurelia stepping up and playing 20 minutes a night. Just what did you see from her tonight, and also what have you seen from her from this whole season?
It's important that we have players that are ready to go. Tonight was a night like that where Erica got into foul trouble, and we have to exercise the right to our bench. And I think that it's obviously tough getting into the tempo of being in the W. It's a lot different, when you enter. And I think that she's learning a lot, and she seizes her opportunity when she's really ready.
John W. Davis, Southern California News Group.
Hey, NECA, how's it going?
I'm well, thanks.
Good. Congrats on the win. Have a question for you, though.
Sure.
How do you compartmentalize the fact that, yes, you guys get to play your last game of the regular season on Sunday, but how are you compartmentalizing the fact that the Washington Mystics will play 2 games before you play your last game, and they need to lose both of those games for that last game to be a chance to make the playoffs?
I think something that Fish has told us throughout the season, and especially towards the end, is, you want to control what you can control. It's tough being in a position where, it seems as though our fate is kind of in others' hands. But we're going to focus on doing what we need to do to win on Sunday, while obviously keeping up to date with the games that happened before then. But I think no matter what, it's a learning opportunity for us to understand just how important it is for the day-to-day kind of microscopic perspective to really build the macroscopic perspective, and it's a learning opportunity for our young players as well. But we're gonna do what we can to win on Sunday.
Last one for NECA tonight. Brandon Sudge with AJC Sports.
Hey, so I'm Brendan Sudge, covering the Dream over here. in Atlanta. So I want to ask you about Tiffany Hayes. I mean, she's a player who's had kind of an up and down year, and uh, when y'all faced Atlanta earlier in the year, she was just coming back from injury. But like when she's able to play how she did this evening, I mean, how tough is that like to handle her?
You know, the one thing about Tiffany is that she's relentless and she knows how to throw the first punch. And that's something that not a lot of players have. And she's a very difficult defensive task, as we all saw tonight. Players are only going to get better defending her, but it's always great to be able to play against competition like that always makes us better.
Thank you, Nneka.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Fisher. We'll start with Rashawn Haylock, Spectrum.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
As things played out down the stretch, Tay was getting some big minutes down the stretch there with Erica on the bench. What did you see from her in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, I think just, continuing to gain valuable experience in late game situations, which is really important to a player's development, especially as a lead guard or a player that's going to have, decisions to make with the ball in her hands, over the course of her career. So it was, good that she was able to get those minutes tonight. And, I thought she showed a level of composure and poise on the offensive end, not getting herself sped up too much, just taking good care of the basketball. Like that's been a topic of conversation, with her. She did a great job with that tonight. And, she's always competitive on the defensive end. And, you have to be able to get stops, in close games. And, she did a good job helping us secure this win tonight.
Pavi, H&B Media.
So, Coach, can you speak to Arella's growth throughout the season? Erica today gets in foul trouble. You had to play Arella 20 minutes in what's basically in what is a must-win game for you all. Just what have you seen from her throughout the season, and what did you see from her today?
Yeah, I mean, I think, she deserves a lot of credit for, continuing to work through, her journey this season. Not getting the opportunity to have a full training camp and, in an Olympic year where there's a break in the season, the schedules are different and you're having to learn all of these different things on the fly. It hasn't been an easy year for her to navigate, but, I think she's really embraced the work that comes with this job. She likes being in the gym. And, hopefully she'll just continue to, be a student of the game and keep working hard to get better. 20 minutes for her in this situation, like you said, where, your season's on the line and everything means something in terms of having the opportunity to play in the postseason. She did some good things out there tonight and, helped us kind of steady ourselves there in the first half when, things were not going great, at the beginning. So, she was good tonight. Even Lauren Cox in 4 minutes, just positive impact. Plus 15 in 4 minutes is unbelievable. And, she doesn't always get her chances, but, she and Arella did some really good things for us tonight.
John W. Davis, Southern California News Group.
Congrats on the win, Coach Fisher. How you feeling?
I'm good, John. Congrats to you as well, man, on your new opportunities out there. That's good stuff.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So my question for you is, you got this win, and we all know that your playoff chances, even the potential of it, is dependent upon the Washington Mystics losing the next 2 games. But their next 2 games are going to happen before you even play that last game. So how are you talking to the team about compartmentalizing the fact that that has to happen, but yet we still have to win our game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a reality of the situation that we've put ourselves in. With the injuries and the disruption to our season, we haven't been able to perform as well and be as consistent to already be in the playoffs. And so, we've kind of given away some of that control of our own destiny to some degree, but we can only do the things that we can control. And we've taken that first step tonight. And then now, we're watching the game tomorrow night, kind of like many other teams are, to see how it's going to impact the playoff standings and seedings. And then we'll go from there. But the first step was getting this win tonight. We found a way to do it. And then now we just have to watch closely and see what happens tomorrow night. And then go from there. And, it's unfortunate that, we find ourselves in a situation where we're hoping somebody else doesn't do well. But that's kind of part of sports. And, we hopefully as we go forward, these won't be things we have to continue to navigate at the end of our season.
Brandon Sudge, AJC Sports.
Hey, Coach. So I covered the Dream over here in Atlanta, and I want to ask you about Tiffany Hayes. I mean, obviously, this is kind of her breakout here at the end of the year after coming back from injury, and back in 2019, obviously, you guys had to plan for her the last time that she was like fully healthy. Can you speak on kind of the challenges that she kind of poses, and then her value to the WNBA, I guess, is kind of a star type of player who's not talked about too often.
I think Tiffany has obviously done a great job working really hard to get herself back healthy, and is playing really good basketball at the end of this season. What I found in my playing career is sometimes when you're out for an extended period of time with an injury, you start to learn about how to get the best out of your body again. As you go through the rehab process, and then as you're working on your game and your strengths, weaknesses, deficiencies, etc. You start finding some things that'll maybe work for you when you get back. And it seems like that's what she's been able to do. And unfortunate that they only have one game left in their season, I'm sure. And I think Darius has done the best job that you can do in a tough situation, taking over as a coach and not having Tiffany at that point. And then you see the way she's played, and, they've been playing really competitive basketball here down the stretch. So, every great player, to be available as possible is good for the league. And, it's good to see, Tiffany back and playing well. And I'm sure for the organization here in Atlanta, they're excited about her future.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Nat G.
Slim. Questions for Brittany Sykes. We'll start with Chris Camello, Nightcast Media.
Hey, Brittany, thanks for taking the time. Nice win tonight. I just wanted to talk about the importance of you and Taya. You guys obviously were big contributors in the win against Seattle, and I thought both of you set the tone for tonight's game. How important was that for you and Taya to get the team out to a good start and build on what you guys did against Seattle?
I think it was just one of those things where we carried the momentum over from Seattle game, and we kept putting our foot on people's necks. Fish got on us defensively. That's how, we started to kind of turn it up even more, because offensively we had it, but defensively we were too loose on Tiffany and Courtney. And Fish called us over on one free throw and passionately told us to get in them and that they're too free and that they're too loose. So it helped us. It snapped us out of a cool feeling. We had to get up in them. Silence.
Rashawn Haylock, Spectrum.
Hey, Slam, congrats
What's
on the
up?
win.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coach has talked about being around that 45% clip, field goal percentage. You guys hit that tonight. What happens when you guys are shooting the ball at that rate?
Man, it feels great. It looks great. That's kind of been our thing this year, just making shots, making open shots and taking the best shot, and late in the season, those are the things that are going to get you out of those tight spaces or push you past the next team to try and get that win. And we're figuring it out. There was slumps in the beginning where we were missing shots and we knew we had to make them, and eventually they started falling, but we had to make sure that our defense stayed solid, and it did. They had a little run in the second quarter, but we held it down. We held our composure, and we did what we had to do.
David Yapkowitz, Next Hoops.
Hey there, Brittany. I remember yesterday you told me that how tough a cover Tiffany Hayes was. She had 25 points tonight, but you guys really clamped up there in the fourth quarter there. You had a little bit of a lull offensively, but it was your defense that seemed like, really pulled the game out. How important was that, especially on the road, that you can lean on your defense like that as a crutch? You guys have been great defensively all season, but especially, in a game like tonight with, the stakes at hand.
Right. Well, I'm a big person on words, right? So I wouldn't say our defense is our crutch. Our defense is our staple, and that's what people try to prepare for. And it's really, really big, especially what we're trying to do now, to just really, really come in and lock these people down and make shots. And we've been doing that. As for Tip, she got it going in that first quarter. And then I want to say after, she started 5 for 7. And then after that, she went 3 for 11, and she had some really good plays in those 3 for 11s. But we just figured it out, do a better job. If one person go off, everybody can't go off. And I think Courtney only ended up with 13, but if Tip has 25 and only 2 other people scored in double digits, I think did a pretty good job on trying to defend the perimeter the way we want to.
Looks like one more for Slim. John W. Davis, Southern California News Group.
What's going on? How you feeling?
My hip hurt.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure you will be in that ice tub.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Okay, so as a Syracuse alum, I know that you are smart. I know that you know that the Washington Mystics have to lose these next 2 games for you to have a chance to make the playoffs. But I find it interesting that even their second game will happen pretty much before you guys start your next game. How are you compartmentalizing the fact that you will know at some point, whether they lose Friday night, and then even before you play on Sunday or before you really get going into the game? How do you compartmentalize all of that, and then still stay ready to compete and win a game Sunday after them against the Wings?
It's not that hard, because like we said, we had Atlanta today, we have Dallas on Sunday, and then we will find out whether or not we make playoffs or not. We can't get stuck on, if they win or if they lose, because then all that energy is towards them and not towards defeating Dallas. We only have a part of our destiny when it comes to this playoffs. So for us to go out and finish this season on a 2-0 run and finally get one on Dallas, that's what we're worried about. Our goal is to make playoffs. So why worry about, if they win, if they lose? Our goal is to make it. So we already have that figured out. That's our mindset. So we going out and we're going to play Dallas on Sunday, and we want to get a 2-0 win to give us the best possible chance to go to the playoffs. But of course it's in our head, but we can't stick on that. We can't worry about, what we already gave up.
Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you, guys.